And welcome on in, everybody. It's Frogman here, King Pepper II, bringing some more Brown Dust 2 content. And we're going to take a look at the reruns for what's about to happen. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. Any comments down below with the rerun Angelica, who we're going to be looking into. And obviously, you do see her in the right-hand corner here. I do have her as my PNG for this video. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Let me bring up the patch notes and all that. Here we go. Okay, so this is the rerun for Pool Party Angelica's costume and her exclusive gear, the Evil Sword Dramoon. And it'll be available for pickup on August 7th through August 20th. So you have 13 days, guys. And here she is, the lovely Angelica. And wow, I mean, she's beautiful. Enough said, right? Very beautiful design. As always, they never fail with designs. But she is a rerun, by the way. So we're going to take a look at her. She actually was buffed, too. She was actually one of the... actually, I believe, like, at this point, I think they were all buffed. Now that I think about it. All the old 5 stars, so to say, were all buffed up. So now you can use them. Okay, so Pool Party Angelica, guys. So if we take a look at her, right? So she's actually a little bit more unique when it comes to build. Just because of her skills. And a lot of her skills revolve around the enemy's HP. That's basically what it surrounds itself in. So, if we look at her at +0, okay, the SP cost is 5, which is, I know, it's up there. Cooldown time is 5 turns as well. So, applies a 75% barrier to yourself for 2 turns, attacks the enemy 3 times, dealing magic damage equal to 15% of their max HP per hit. So that means the enemy's HP. So if we look at this and you think about it, it's like, well, if we're basing her damage off of the enemy's HP bar, right? Wouldn't that mean that the enemy's HP has to be really high for her to do like a lot of damage? In that regards, yes. And I don't know. Maybe. That's why I said it's not overly difficult to think about. It's just because this is a very unique skill effect. But we'll take a look at her here. Her range is in the shape of this. It's like a T. So, actually, that's the same thing as Ventana's, I believe. I think hers is the same thing as a T as well. Well, Ventana's Snow White costume, I should say. So if we look at her pluses here. So at +3 is actually where her SP cost goes down by 1. Now she's actually one of the few costumes that has this happen where instead of +1ing her, where you usually get, you know, the SP reduction, hers is at a +3. So like I said, 90% of the time you'll see a lot of these costumes reduce their SP cost by 1 at like +1. But Angelica, she's a little different with that. So a +3 is actually where her SP cost is reduced to. Now, if we're going to look at her for the sake of this video and for the sake of Angelica at +5, applies a 75% berry, which stays the same no matter how many times you plus her. Her 75% barrier stays the same. Attacks the enemy 3 times, dealing magic damage equal to 25% of their max HP per hits. But if you level up the skill tree, her cooldown time is reduced by 2 turns, so her cooldown time then is 3 turns, which I would highly recommend doing that. And then, as for the skill tree, the magic damage equal to percentage-wise of their max HP per hit goes up by 4%. So total-wise, the damage is equal to 29% of their max HP per hit. So yeah. So that goes up to 29%. I know. An odd number, right? Literally, an odd number. But that is where she would fall under line with. And then here's her Evil Sword Dramoon, which is a really cool design, by the way. And you should see her, like, her nun costume form, which is basically her main story form. And we're going to take a look at her because I have the game opened. But yeah, so very beautiful design. And like I said, if you look at her skill cutscene with her nun costume, as I call it, the fighting nun costume, the skill cutscene is actually badass. But here we go. So her exclusive attribute for this sword would be 90% crit damage. So right off the bat, Wow, right? That's incredible. Now, substat building. What do you put in for substats since technically everything is based off of the enemy's HP? Well, I'm going to say this because the thing is, since I don't use Angelica that often just because I know, I surprisingly guys, I actually don't have Pool Party Angelica, but that's about to change tomorrow because that's when, the update does happen and also their live stream, which we'll get into. But yes, so that's about to change, and I am going to be using her more often now. But if we take a look at her, let's go take a look at her. What's up, Olivia? I know, I agree. Okay, so let's go take a look at Angelica here. Now, I know this is gonna be like, oh my gosh, you got nothing for Angelica. Well, you're right, because I don't. I unfortunately never really built Angelica, but that's like I said, it's about to change when I unlock her. I have the gear. I do have the gear for her though, however, so I am prepared. And I actually rolled her sword a while back, so I'm also prepared for this. Now, obviously, these substats are going to change. That's not happening. That's not happening. These are changing. But yeah, so you see the exclusive attribute is 90%. And then the basic attributes, depending on what you get with them, is magic attack. So basically what I would be working on for her in particular, I'm just going to do... So there's 15 substats total with gear, right? So I'm going to be doing the crit damage percentage. And since these are flat stats, and if we look at her other, let's see. I know, beautiful design, right? I love it. I love Angelica's design so much. Even this one too. The Fallen. So it's called the Fallen. I call her the Nun Fighter. Okay, so if we take a look at her substats, and like I said, this is all about the change as well. A lot of it is based off of HP. Like, she has HP builds. Like, what? Yes, I know. It's crazy. Lots of HP builds. And she does have some crit damage here and there, right? But not as much as what we would want it to be at. Correct? With anything with magic percentage, things like that. Now, some of her costumes here, actually, so for this one, for example, deal magic damage to the enemy equal to 5% of their max HP. Applies Rot, which is literally, she's the only one that has this this debuff, Rot. Which I think is a really cool one, just because, I think of Elden Ring. But she's literally the only one that has this. But to the enemy for 8 turns, dealing magic damage equal to 14% of their current HP. So, like I said, all of hers focuses on the enemy's HP. That's what I mean by this. This is why she's kind of unique with this, So, substat wise, I mean, again, everything she has, you see crit damage, right? HP percentage, HP, then you get the light damage, right? But more so, it's just the crit damage. Like, this is literally the only, 2 crit damages, right? I know, it's insane. So I'm just gonna go with crit damage in general. That's what I'm gonna build upon. I'm gonna build upon a crit damage, so I'm gonna have I don't know. I'll have 10 crit damage substats. I know for that to be a thing is insane, but it's an investment. However, since it's mainly seeming to focus on this, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Now, if you want to experiment and try something else with substats, be my guest. Let me know how you feel about them in the comments. I don't know. I mean, if you have a more preferable build with Angelica, I would love to hear it and to read about it. Because, like I said, I'm going to be putting Angelica now in my lineup once I unlock her pool party one. And I do have the gear, like I said, so I am going to build her up. I'm going to be testing her out. I'm going to be showing you guys this tomorrow, okay? But yeah, so that's what it's like for Angelica. And in case you want to go for more of Angelica, she is going to be in the Powder of Hope shop. She is a non-limited, so you can get her in the Golden Thread shop that resets each month as well. The selective draw too, you still can do that for her. So lots of ways to unlock Angelica here. Okay, lots and lots of ways. But let's go look at her at a +5 for other costume. So, yeah. Percentage-wise, for magic damage, equal to 37% of their current HP. Again. Applies a 50% barrier to yourself for 2 turns. Let's see. And then deal magic damage to the enemy equal to 90% of their max HP. So in a lot of ways, Angelica's the Fallen does way more damage. This is a DOT, so she has like 1 DOT, which is actually really cool considering, you know, because she has like these other costumes that just do straight up damage, and then she has like 1 costume here, which is the Neon Savior, which is like deals DOT damage, which is really cool. So like I said, I really find her to be unique, very, very unique with this. So she's another one that's very unique with skills, you could say. Like Olivia has like special conditions and stuff like that. Hers is more along the lines of just a special type of like skill effect. You know what I'm saying? I love this effect. We should have more like this. What do you guys think? You guys think the same thing? We should have some more like neon type look, you know, looking special effects like this. I personally love it. But yeah, so that's what's going down with Angelica. Now, as for the live stream, so the live stream is going to be tomorrow, guys. It is going to be tomorrow. So if you want to catch it, it is going to be then August 7th. Here is the schedule for it, and I'll be awake for this, definitely. I'll be awake for this. And then they're going to talk about, hopefully we get some news on like, well, first off, I know for a fact they're going to showcase the interaction scene with like the new interaction scene like they did with Eustia. Sadly, I know, guys, it's going to be another costume gotcha, you know, sort of scenario, unfortunately. But, I mean, they did say that it was going to be their last one now of the year, most likely. But as for the future, we don't know. We're gonna have to hear and read what they have to say when they like that is if they talk about it, you know what I mean? But I know they're gonna showcase the new one because they did say they were gonna drop one more you know, paid for interaction scene for this month, and that was gonna be it for the year. So we're gonna see what it's like. A lot of people commented like on other, like, you know, on other sites that I read saying it's gonna be Eclipse. I think that entire thing that happened with the merch thing being revealed made a lot of people think it's gonna be Eclipse. Do I think it's gonna be Eclipse? I have a feeling it might be. I'll say it. I'll admit it. I have a feeling it might be Eclipse, but I could be wrong too. Like I said, just because, you know, with the merch, I think it was like posted back like what, in June, I believe. With their merch, it had Summer Eclipse, it had Summer Eustia, which, you know, we see now with her swimsuit for her you know, for her pool one, right, the prestige skin, and they had Summer Blade and then Summer Liberta. So I have a feeling it might be Eclipse because we don't have like a costume of Summer Liberta or costume of Summer Blade, so the only one that would fit that would be Eclipse. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. In all honesty, I don't mind if it's Eclipse. I love her too. But then again, it could be someone else. So who knows? We'll just have to see. But I know for a fact they're going to announce this because it would be, you know, kind of disappointing if they didn't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm hoping to hear something about the season 4, if they have anything with season 4 now brewing here. Because I'm like very excited to see where it goes. If you haven't watched my video with my playthrough of Story Pack 18, it is up on my channel if you want to go check it out. It is a very long one, but, you know, it's because it is the season finale of season 3. It actually was very emotional, but it was very, very, very great. I gotta say, it was very incredible to experience it and to play through. I had a lot of fun with it, despite how it hit the feels at the end, you know. It still was very nice storytelling. So, thank you, Des, for Story Pack 18. However, I'm not happy with Liberta right now. I'm not happy with Liberta. And if you want to find out why, you can catch it in my VOD. Or if you want to play it yourself, yeah, you'll see at the end of it. But then again, you know, we'll see what happens then in Season 4. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. All I want to talk about. get you guys up to date. Remember, guys, they are going to be doing a rerun of Summer Shada. And in case you guys don't know who Summer Shada is, because I know they're going to be doing her rerun because they said it, or should I say it was in the timeline back in their live stream back in June, that Summer Shada here, she is going to be having a rerun. I know she's not built. I know. How dare I? I know. I know. But I am going to build her up again. I am going to. Don't worry. But yeah, so this is Summer Shada. So we are supposed to be having a rerun of her this month. And hopefully, you know, it comes soon. But I believe her rerun is going to happen right after Olivia's banner ends, which is, what was it again? I think it was August 14th is when hers ends at. Let's check. Yeah, August 14th. So I believe it, once her banner ends, that's when they'll do the rerun for Summer Shada. So if you want to go for Summer Shada, and yes, guys, she is a limited, so be prepared for that. She is going to be a limited, so be ready for that too as well. Also, if you didn't claim Sacred Ustia, I would do it actually very, very soon, because the thing is, her banner actually, I believe, ends very, very soon. It says August 7th, but I think it ends sometime. I don't think it's today, is it? There's like a little, well, Fiend Hunter's about to begin, guys. There was something up here that said, oh yeah, right here. Yeah, it's about to end. So in 8 minutes and 55, wait, is that what it's saying? Oh. Well, I hope you guys are prepared. I don't know, am I reading that correctly? Regardless, guys, I hope you guys got Sacred Ustia, because she is actually very, very strong. And if you have Summer Terese, or Beachside Angel Terese, she works very well with Sacred Ustia, let me tell you. She works very well with her as a supporter. So, oh yeah, one last thing before I forget. So, who to pair Angelica with in this case? Who to pair Angelica with? Well, since she is magic, and support-wise should be rather easy to determine this. Since I'm going to be basing her substats off of crit damage, right? Crit damage build. I'm going to have, obviously, Helena. She increases the crit rate by 50% at +5, which I hope you guys were able to +5 your Helena, your B-Idol Helena, because the devs did give out those tickets to help out any new players out. And even the veterans. They gave it out to us veterans, too, of the game. So, hopefully you guys did pick B-Idol Helena and +5 there, as well as, like, Homunculus Lathel, Deanna. But yeah, so I'll pair her up with her. I'll also use Beachside Angel Terese, because you can't go wrong with her. Obviously, she's, in my opinion, like I said, Summer Terese was one of the very, like, I would say, if you were a new player, that she was the best investment you could have made with, just because she works so well with so many, like, you know, one-shot type or, like, 3 attack types, you know what I mean? Because of her augmentation ability. It's, like, so strong. So I would have, that's why I said, like, to invest in Summer Terese. You know, if you had to invest in someone this summer, she would have been it, just because of that for support skill-wise. But, yeah, so I am going to be putting her and pairing her up with Angelica. You can use Elpis, too. 5-star Elpis, or 5-star, I wish. 4-star Elpis with Angelica as well, you can use with her. You can also even use, let's see, I'm thinking off the top of my head here. When it comes to, well, the new Fiend Hunter boss, actually, which is going to be a Dark Elemental, she is going to fit in very well with her, with this boss. So, yeah, Angelica would work. I already practice tested, or, you know, because you can practice in the Fiend Hunter. I actually did it with Olivia. Olivia just absolutely annihilates it. But if you want to also have another DPS, Angelica would also be your best bet here with this, because of her unique skill ranges. Because the boss that was for the Fiend Hunter, it was actually really catered for Olivia because of where the weakness points were. And it actually literally aligned with Olivia's attack for her Fallen Wings Olivia. So it actually fit in very well. Her damage was insane. I gotta tell you, it was insane. If you didn't watch me stream it over on Twitch, I'll do it. Obviously, I'll make a recording for this too as well, where I showcase Olivia's just overall damage. It's nuts. But yeah, you could also use Angelica, which I'm going to be using too as well. So yeah, so be prepared for that, guys. And oh yeah, and for support wise, Deanna would work because of her property damage increase. So like her light elemental damage would increase. Raphethia would also work for Angelica because of her property enhancement and also because of her crit damage amplification for one of her costumes, right? So they would work as well. And let me just show you them really, really quickly in case you don't know who I'm talking about. So we got B Idol Helena right here. We have Summer Terese, actually right over here. Um, Raphethia would be right over here. So yeah, the gluttonous, or the glutinous, I mean, sorry about that, the gluttonous. The glutinous, and even Poolside Fairy Raphethia would work because of her property damage ability too as well. But be aware, just be aware though that her SP cost is actually a lot, right? It's a lot. Even if you have her at +5, it's still a lot. Not to mention the cooldown times. So be aware of that though. But she would actually work because I actually did use her for the team with Olivier. I actually did do that. And this is why, in particular, why she would work with this build for the Fiend Hunter boss is because of this. This is why. And since Angelica is a light property as well, this would fit in with her too. I also used Raphethia's the Glutinous here because I feel it's very important to get that crit damage increased as well. Plus, she supplies an aura, or applies an aura, I mean, and a 50% berry. She also restores SP points, which is nice for even Olivier, right? So I would pair her up with her. And then where is... Oh, yeah. And then Deanna. You have Deanna over here. She's still rocking that property. And crit rate as well. Crit rate too as well. So, like, you can't go wrong with her. So, applies an aura to yourself for 8 turns. Allies within the aura gain... Let me put this here because I actually leveled her up all the way. And then gain a 220% increase in property damage and a 30% increase in crit rate. So, her paired up with Helena, be Idol Helena, you're going to get an 80% increase for crit rate. Depending on, I guess, if you +5 your be Idol Helena, that means, you know. But other than that, that's the team I'm going to rock with. Going to experiment with them. And then obviously, we do have Terese. And I am obviously going to be using her because she's a must. Because of her damage that she can have paired along with Angelica and Olivier. She was so worth it, by the way, like I said. I did see in their timeline, though, however, they are going to be doing another rerun of her in August for this month. Back when they had the live stream in June, there was a calendar at like the very end close to their stream at that time, and it showed Terese again. So that's why I was saying that, are they going to rerun her a third time? So, like, they're going to rerun her twice in this summer update and anniversary. That's why I was, I was like, that would be incredible because, like, it would give also, in case you didn't get her in June through July, you can get her again in August. You know what I mean? So, if that was the case, and the thing is, I do have the proof. It is on there. You know, I do have the video still on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, I did see this. So that's why I said, I feel like they are going to run her again. So just be prepared for that, just in case, But yeah, so I am going to be having her. But yeah, so other than that, guys, that's the scoop. That's all I wanted to say. And yes, I did mute the video. I did mute the music just so you guys could hear me. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, good luck on your polls. Hope this video helped you guys in some way. And yes, I'll be making a video and showcasing the fights with the Fiend Hunter boss and pairing her up with the team and all that good stuff. Okay, guys? So let's have a great rest of the summer, great rest of your poll sessions, and I'll catch you all in the next Brown Does 2. Take care, guys.